kakati ekiri wano Kasubi Kyagulanyi akutte wansi ne waggulu. Kyagulanyi
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, guys, for your greatest support. Now, today being 15th of January 2025, we know very well that Ugandans were doing the elections today. And I just want us to talk a little bit about what happened, you know, some of the things, and then I leave you the video of Museveni going to vote in Uganda, and then after that you tell me what you think. But first things first, let me humbly request you that if at all we are meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can as well like, you can share, drop me your comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think and where exactly you are watching this video from. If you're within the country, you can tell me which part of the country you're watching from, and if you're outside the country, you can also tell me which country you're dropping the flag at the comment section.
As we hold our general elections in Uganda, the world should be reminded that we're holding elections in the dark. The internet has been switched off across the country. This is done in order to facilitate the intended rigging of the regime.
So let's get the very latest from CNN's Larry Madowo in neighboring Kenya. The votes are still being counted, but I don't think anyone's holding their breath in terms of what the official result is expected to be. Larry.
That's right, Biana. President Yoweri Museveni is expected to win this election, but Bobi Wine said today on election day that they are winning this vote, but the security forces, the military and the army will rig the vote in favor of President Yoweri Museveni, which is an interesting point because President Museveni claims that in the last election in 2021, he actually was the victim of vote rigging, that the opposition, Bobi Wine, essentially ballot stuffed, and that's why he explains Uganda has a system where the votes are counted immediately after polls close at the polling station so that it eliminates cheating. But this is what Yoweri Museveni said after he voted.
We thought it would eliminate cheating. And it can, but it depends on one thing, vigilance. The agents really be vigilant. But many times the agents are not vigilant. They are not vigilant. So still, like in the last election, opposition infiltrated 2.7 million votes. Those votes which they say opposition got were not. They never got those votes.
That man has ruled Uganda for 40 years. He's in charge of the army, the military, the security services. His son is literally the army chief of the country, and he's claiming the opposition rigged, which is, it beggars belief for a lot of people watching that. His government shut down the internet 2 days ago, ostensibly to avoid the spread of fake news, any chances of vote fraud, as well as any incitement or calls to violence. And that is the backdrop that the election is happening, where the opposition is already claiming that there's massive ballot stuffing happening and they don't expect the outcome to be representative of the wishes of the people of Uganda, Biana.
Yeah, 81 years old, making him more than double the age, the average Ugandan. Incredibly stunning, quite stunning indeed. Larry Madowo, thank you so much for your reporting.
Now, fellow Kenyans, back to our discussion, and this is what I want us to talk about. We've seen, we saw what happened in Tanzania when Samia Suluhu Hassan wanted to retain his position as the president. We are now seeing what is happening in Kenya, you know, the issue of the 2 terms, some people 1 term and all that. We know very well that Kenya is a democratic country. And some of the things, I don't think if some of the things that are happening in other countries can as well happen in Kenya, but I don't think, that is not the picture. I don't think if it can happen. My point is this. It has come to a point whereby, you know, people are being forced to do things that they don't want to do. I've been trying to look at some of the scenarios, or some of the issues, some of the things that are happening in Uganda, and I've been like, what is going on? Why can't these countries just have a peaceful election? Kwa nini lazima kuage na easy wrangles? Lazima kuwe na hii vurugu ya hapa na pale. Somebody wanting to prove a point that, you know, I'm the president, you know, I'm the one to remain, I'm the one to become the president over and over again. No one can take this away from me. Why is it that this thing normally happens? This narrative, it keeps on happening. It's something that, it's like a norm. Right now, it's like a norm in East Africa. In Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, this thing is like a norm. Leaders wanting to force themselves to be in power, despite the fact that they've already known that people don't want them. Okay, it's been 40 years since Museveni started becoming the president. And mark you, there is nothing constructive that he can say, or maybe Ugandans can be happy of, that Museveni has done to them. If maybe there is, you can tell me in the comment section that since Museveni became the president of Uganda, this is what he has done. It is complaints here and there, people crying, you know, police officers being used as a weapon, you know, to instill fear on citizens. One thing I know is that as leadership or as a government, one thing you really need to do is you really need to protect citizens. There is no need of forcing citizens to do things that they don't feel comfortable with. There is no need of instilling fear on the people that you want to lead. Okay, after forcing them, maybe after beating them, or maybe after doing one or two things, who will you lead tomorrow? I think this is one of the things that these guys don't normally ask themselves. Okay, umewekea watu uoga, utaongoza nani kesho? Wakati ambapo tayari ushaweka watu uoga, sidhani kama kuna watu ambao, sidhani kama utapata nafasi ya watu ambao pengine utaongoza kesho. Huwa naangalia mambo mengi sana kadha wakati mwingine najiuliza kwamba wakati ambapo wewe mwenyewe ushaweka uoga, ushaweka watu uoga, kesho utakuja kuongoza nani? Kwa sababu lazima kuwe na watu ambao utakuja kuongoza. Wewe mwenyewe utakuja kuongoza nani? Ndio swali kuu ambalo tunapaswa kujiuliza kwamba yes, nishakuwekea uoga, kama mimi kama kiongozi nishakuwekea uoga. Nitakuja kuongoza nani? Nimekuua, tumeuana. Wacha tuseme tumie mfano ama hiyo lugha, tumeuana. Kesho tutakuja kuongoza nani?
To all of you fellow Ugandans and friends of Uganda all over the world, my name is Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, together with my wife Bobi, and we have just finished casting our ballot. We've played our part, we've accomplished our civil duty. We are glad where we voted from. There was a huge turn-up, and we pray the turn-up is going to be equally big all over the country. The coming hours and the coming days are clearly not going to be easy, with the military taking over the election, with our agents being arrested all over the country, especially in northern and western Uganda, with soldiers, military officers taking over as presiding officers on polling stations throughout Entebbe and many other districts. We know that people are going to vote massively, and people are voting for change, but we also know that it's an effort to rig the election. The rest of the matters are in your hands, fellow Ugandans. We know that even in the coming hours, we might be under house arrest, but we've told you incessantly for the last 3 months and 2 weeks that everybody can be a leader, everybody can be a Kyagulanyi. Don't allow them to twist you just because they arrest your leaders. You can take charge, because everybody equally wants change. Wish you a happy new year. Wish you a happy new Uganda.
I think those are the kind of things that people really need to look at. Those are the kind of issues that leaders really need to look at, put into consideration. That yes, these people, we need them. They need us. We need each other. So in as much as maybe you want to force them, oh, you have to elect us, you know, all these issues, but we have to accept that there are some of the things that we don't need, we ought not to do to them. Simple. Kuna baadhi ya mambo ambayo hatupaswi kufanyia watu ambao tunataka tuwaongoze. Kwa sababu tukiwaogopesha leo, kesho kutakuwaje? Tukiwaogopesha leo, kesho je, kutakuwaje? Those are the kind of things that really need to put into consideration. But these are the things that these our leaders, they don't look at. We really don't know what is going to be the outcome. And by the way, I was shocked. Nikiona kama Uganda bado wanafanya election kwa besheni. Kwani Uganda haijakuwa developed that much that wanafanya elections kwa besheni. like wanafanya confirmation kwa bishini. I really don't know your thought, and I really don't know what it, but I really hope that Ugandans are going to get their freedom. Maga freedom is coming, freedom is coming. I think Ugandans, it's high time Ugandans also at least get their freedom. Freedom, you know, freedom is gotten when you get good leadership. Unaona hata Kenya we are not in a better place. Tusidanganya that Kenya now we are in a good place. No, we are not in a better place. Let us not lie to ourselves that sisi wa Kenya tuko wazuri sana. No, we are not. We are not good at all. We are not. Actually, what I can say here is that we are not better than Ugandans. Sisi wazuri kuliko Uganda. Because, okay, look at Uganda. Uganda wako na mzee. Amerule for 40 years. Sisi tuko na kijana. Amerule for 5 years. Can you compare the two? Because our expectations as Kenyans was like, okay, tuko na kijana ambaye atakuja kuelewa maslahi ya wananchi. Lakini yule mtu ambaye pengine ulikuwa unatarajia kwamba anakuja kuelewa maslahi ya wananchi ndiye anakuja kuangamiza hata kuliko mzee mwenyewe. So I really don't know. Maybe you can tell me what you think at the comment section concerning the happenings in Uganda. Banange, wanasema ni Banange. The campaigns and all that. Do you really think that Uganda is going to get their freedom during this election, or maybe after the elections? Or okay. According to Ugandans, what is the freedom like for you? What is the freedom? Okay, at what point do you say that now you have a freedom, your freedom? Or maybe anybody can tell me in the comment section that at what point do you say that now a country has got freedom, maybe a country has gotten its freedom? Maybe I'm the one that is not understanding. You can tell me in the comment section that Boni, for a country now to claim that now they have got freedom, maybe they've gotten freedom, these are the things that a country must see for them maybe now to claim that they have freedom. Pengine hata Kenya tuko na freedom na tuelewi. Pengine Uganda ama Tanzania wako na freedom na sisi wenyewe wengine ndio tunaona kwamba hawana freedom. Because nimejaribu kuangalia by the way, some of Ugandans are just happy with Museveni. Some of them are just saying that Museveni should win again. But of course we know how the election is going to, we already know the outcome. Ya kwamba hakuna mtu ambaye anaweza katoa Museveni kwa position yake. Hapo kuna. Sidhani kama, I don't think kama kuna mtu yote ambaye anaweza kumtoa Museveni. Anyway, fellow Kenyans, I would also like to know what you think at the comment section concerning the happenings kule kwa jirani wetu Uganda. And until we meet again, I've been your host, Boniface Owino. Watch this.
اسمع
that is Kalo Primary School in Kiruhura district, where he is a registered voter. He's soon going to be casting his vote, and of course that will mean that His Excellency has fulfilled his constitutional mandate. Every Ugandan of age of voting, it is your right to participate in choosing who your next leader is. Now, of course, we can see that there are quite other people at the polling station also who have come to cast their vote. Today is a big day in our history, the 15th of January, where again Ugandans have gone to the polls to elect their member of parliament. That is District Woman Member of Parliament, the directly elected Member of Parliament, but also who will take on the mantle of governing this country for the next 5 years. There are 8 candidates in the race, and Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is the NRM candidate. We are bringing you live. That is His Excellency. They're checking for his name, then he will be given his about candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of the NRM. Yes, he's now a candidate of the NRM party, and of course is with other 8 people in the race. Who will take it at the end of the day? Remember, the law is very clear. Within 48 hours from the closure of polling, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission must have announced the winner of that election. So if you calculate, we have till Saturday around 4 p.m. that Justice Simon Byabakama, that is the time he has to announce who will have won this election. For members of parliament, that is at district level. Of course, the district turning officers will be able to announce who will be the winner. His Excellency clearly looking, I think that is the biometric voter verification machine. If I have heard it clearly, His Excellency trying it out there. However, Justice Simon Byabakama earlier on clarified or gave direction, issued a statement on that, that where these machines have become non-functional due to technicalities, voting should go on. Voting should go on because we have the voters register. And you should follow as long as someone is in the register. Then that person should vote, and we should not hold voting because the machines are not working. And we don't know what is happening there, but it seems His Excellency has something to, it seems the NRM presidential candidate has something to say there, either regarding the machine. Yes, we see him removing the heart. Let's wait and look. Now they're trying, let's see if they're trying to get, yes, that is the machine they are using as the president is going to vote. That must be working indeed. Well, that is exactly what is happening now. His Excellency in the process of casting his vote to take on Uganda for the next 5 years. Should Ugandans give him the mandate today? Because
everything was fine, but
that is candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of the NRM going to cast his vote. He's at the Benson, going to tick, and right now the president he's making his choice. The candidate of the NRM party, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, making his choice on who will lead the country for the next 5 years. Since it is a secret ballot, well, the choice is not known to anybody, because it has to be known to only you who is casting that ballot. He's now headed for the bucket to drop in his ballot paper after folding it vertically. He's folding it vertically, very carefully, and slotting it into the box. He's now heading for yet another basin, because 3 positions are to be voted today. That is the president, the district woman member of parliament, and the directly elected member of parliament. Now he's at the directly elected member of parliament, is finished casting for the president, and there he heads for the box. He folds vertically and slots it into the box. One more to go. The president still heads for the final box. That is the district woman member of parliament.